2019 15-inch MacBook Pro. I unboxed this a week ago and I'm back today with my first impressions. Back in a few seconds. What's up YouTube, Dave here with Seeing Through a Lens, and thanks for stopping by the channel. If you haven't stopped by here before, please be sure to click on the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so that you can be notified of new videos. First off guys, I'm not entirely sure how this video is going to look or how it's going to sound, because normally I shoot on a Canon M50 with a nice Rode video microphone. However, I wanted to get this video done because I was kind of going to do it after a few days, and now we're a week almost down the line. But both my batteries are flat, so I wanted to get it done and dusted. So I thought, you know what, I just bought the DJI Osmo Action camera, so I thought, well, why not give this a go and film on this and see what it comes out like. So let's see how this goes. Yes, so I've owned this MacBook Pro 15-inch i9 beast for about a week. I said it was a beast when I unboxed it, and quite frankly, I'm of the same opinion. Previously I was using this, the Surface Book 2. You know, apart from the hinge, it's a pretty good compact machine, fairly light. It's 13-inch, it's an i7 with 16 gig of RAM and 512 gig SSD, but we're not here to talk about this. All I'm saying about this is it's a great machine, but I'm afraid it's Microsoft, and you know what? I just don't like Microsoft. So, one thing I'm noticing about this Osmo Action is I've got it on a GoPro tripod, and you know what? Every time I touch the table, the bloody thing moves. But anyway, we can live with that. So yes, I wanted to give you my first impressions of this machine. Now, I don't care about specs and benchmarks and things like that. This is real world usage, and I think it's important to kind of not get hung up with all the specs. I mean, there's tons of YouTube content out there that deals with specs and all that kind of stuff. This isn't that video. So yes, I've been running Final Cut Pro, I've been running different types of Microsoft applications. Yes, I know I don't like Microsoft, but Word and Excel, some complicated spreadsheets, you know what, sometimes pages and numbers just aren't good enough. And you know what, in a multi-mixed environment like I am at work, unfortunately, you know, Microsoft Office products are still king. But for that said, I'm running spreadsheets, Excel, Word, Final Cut. I'm also running a Microsoft Windows 10 under a Parallels virtual machine. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's, you know, 10, 15 tabs open in Safari, a whole bunch of other things, mail, calendar. You know, the machine is running. And you know what? It's running well. Everything is fast. There's no stutter. There's no spinning ball of doom or anything like that. The machine runs good. The screen, well, the screen is to die for. I mean, sometimes I hook this up to a 27-inch external monitor, and I've got to say, the screen and the extra real estate of the 15-inch, it's to die for. There is absolutely no worries with the screen. I was originally going to go for the 13-inch because I travel, but you know what? Actually, the 15-inch isn't that bad, you know, in terms of, okay, it is a bit bigger. I mean, it's a lot bigger than the 13-inch MacBook Pro for sure. But in terms of size comparison with the Surface Book 2, there's hardly anything in it. So obviously we've got the thickness of the machine. Well, clearly the MacBook Pro is a lot thinner. But in terms of size, I mean, you know, it's not that bad. And weight also, it's not that bad at all. So yeah, you know, quite frankly, I'm not missing it. I'm not missing the 13-inch. The Touch ID and the Touch Bar are, yeah, the Touch ID is great. You know what, logging in, not having to type your password, using your fingerprint, happy days, works like a dream. The Touch Bar, well, you know what, there's a lot of good things to say about the Touch Bar, but the problem is like not being used to using it. You just kind of got to get used to using it. But in terms of like, you know, prompting you for spelling like it does on a tablet and a smartphone, and also you know, emojis and the volume, and with more usage, those things will become pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Touch Bar. I think it's good. So in terms of battery life, well, I don't know that I'm going to get 10 hours out of this. I mean, I really do think it depends on what type of applications that you're using. But for me, in my general day-to-day, I got a solid 8 hours, and you know what? I'm happy for that. I've actually got a bat power external kind of battery power pack thing, which I will do a short review on very, very soon, because you know what? This thing to travel with is absolutely awesome as well. I mean, this thing, not only can it charge all your quick charge your smartphones and tablets, it can normal charge your smartphones and tablets, and it can also charge your MacBook Pro and also your Surface Book 2. So you know what? This is a brilliant piece of kit. So that will be in another video. Now, in terms of the keyboard, guys, this is a very controversial kind of thing. You know, MacBooks have been using this butterfly keyboard for a number of years now. The MacBook Pro, this 2019 edition, I'm not sure if it's 13-inch, but certainly the 15-inch is on the 4th generation of this keyboard. There have been a ton of problems with it, and I think Apple is still running this keyboard extended warranty kind of program. Somehow dirt gets in, the keys stop working, they get sticky and stuff like that. So you know what? This is yet to be seen, but I can tell you now that after a week, yes, you know what, there's not as much travel as there is on the Surface Book 2. I mean, the keyboard on that device is freaking awesome, but you kind of get used to it. Shorter travel, much more clickety-clack. I haven't experienced any problems with sticking keys or anything like that as yet. Like I said, I've been using it in anger for a week, and so far, so good. So guys, that was all of the good things. Now, inevitably, there's going to be a few bad things. Well, I mean, it's not bad things. I mean, one of the other controversial points that was brought up out of last year's model of this machine was the fact that it throttled. The CPU throttled. It kind of scaled down, and you know what? You weren't getting as much performance out of a lesser CPU. Well, I think the i9 CPU in this machine is doing a great job. Have I noticed it throttling? No. Like I said, I'm not doing specs. I'm not looking at it on an analyzer or anything like that. But in terms of usage and the experience of using this machine, there are no signs of throttling and slowdown. The other thing is the temperature. Everyone was saying last year, you know, the machines were getting super hot. This machine has not got hot at all. Yes, it's got kind of a little bit warm, but you know what? It's made out of aluminium, so you know it's going to conduct some heat, but it's not getting hot. It's not going to scald me. It's not going to, you know, I've not noticed anything when I've picked it up, moved it from office to office and meeting room to meeting room and things like that. It has not got hot. But what I will say, and this is the bad, is these freaking fans, they rev up like nobody's business. Now, is this Apple's way of cooling this machine so it doesn't get hot? Is it Apple's way of making sure that the processor is cool and it's not throttling back? I don't know, maybe that's the case. But I can tell you that coming from the Surface Book 2, which you could never hear the fans running. I'm pretty sure in this i7 there are fans. I think in some of the other models maybe there aren't, but there are fans, but you could never hear them. They will whisper quiet. But this thing, the fans, you can hear them. They are fairly loud, or very loud compared to the Surface Book 2. But it's not an issue for me. The only surprise for me is that they're on nearly all the time. Like, this machine is idle now. It's doing nothing. It's just sitting here and the fans are on. They're not on super loud, but they're on and I can hear them. And depending on how good the microphone is in this camera, this Osmo Action, you might be able to hear them as well. But that said, you know, it's not doing anything. The machine is got, okay, Safari's open, the VM's open, but it's not doing anything. The fans are on. Now they're off. So yeah, that's my only gripe with this machine, is that the fans are on. But that said, remember what I said in the beginning? This thing is a beast. It's an i9 processor. It's got another graphics card in it. It's got the ATI Radeon graphics card in it. You know, this thing's got 16 gig of RAM in it, half a terabyte of disk space. But that processor, 8-core processor in a laptop, you know what? Yeah, okay, the fans are going to come on. But at the end of the day, All I'm interested in is, does this machine do the job? And you know what? Yes, it does. It does the job fantastically. Yes, I could have gone for the 13-inch, and you know what? I'm within my warranty. No, it's not warranty. I'm within my 2-week, 14-day Apple cool-off period. And you know what? You're going to get an honest review from me, because I'm telling you honestly, this machine is worth it. If you're considering the 13 or the 15, but you want the power, you got to go for the 15, because even in the 13-inch, you don't get the other graphics card in there. And if you are doing any video content creation or anything that requires, you know, some kind of graphical, you know, photography, for example, anything that requires some sort of graphical, you know, usage on this machine or on any machine, you kind of need to have a decent graphics card. So yeah, you could go down the other road of buying that Apple Blackmagic or whatever it's called. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's an external GPU. But that's like, the entry point is like £600. I think it's the same card that's in this machine, and it's probably not worth it. Unless, you know, you're going to be changing different MacBooks, or you don't need all that power and you need portability or whatever it is, so maybe it is worth it. So it's not fair for me to say that it's not worth it. But, you know, for me, what I'm saying is, you know, for the power and the value for money and what you're getting, okay, it's 15 inches, it's a slightly bigger package, it's a much bigger package than the 13-inch, but you know what? It's workable. I'm going to be traveling with this, and I don't see any problem at all. So guys, I bought one of these plastic shells, see-through. Might have been a mistake with the see-through, but that's okay. Still retains the slimness of the machine. It's pretty solid. You know what? It doesn't add any bulk. So I bought this just to carry this around the way it is, or even just to throw it in a backpack or something like that. So you know what, traveling around with this thing isn't really going to be a problem. I can't see it being a problem. Of course, if it does become a problem, it'll probably be too late, because I don't think I'm going anywhere before my 14-day cool-off is over. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. Like I said, compared to the Surface Book 2, you know what, it's the same kind of weight. It's thinner than the Surface Book 2. Okay, it's slightly bigger footprint, but you know what, I think traveling with this is going to be okay. But I will give you a bit of an update on that the next time I travel somewhere. But guys, like I said, my opinion, for me, if you're going to buy a new MacBook Pro and power is a requirement, buying the 15-inch i9 8-core processor is the best bet. If you bought a 13-inch and you spec'd it up as much as you can, you're still not going to get the performance of this machine. You're not going to get the added graphics card. You're not going to get the 15-inch display. And you know what, when you're working on that, it's actually a joy to work on. You're not going to get the 8 cores, and you're going to pay quite a considerable amount more. You know what, if portability is your thing, then go for the 13-inch. But you know what, if you can live with 15 inches, which I'm saying I can, after coming from the Surface Book 2, it's not that much bigger. If you can live with it, this is the one to go for. That is my personal opinion. Like I said guys, you're always going to get an honest opinion from me. I buy all my own gear, nothing is given to me. I bought this with my own money and I'm happy. This is a good machine. Is it worth the money? Yes. Does it live up to expectations? Yes. It's a beast. I'll continue along with that saying because it is. So guys, let me know if you've got any comments or questions. Leave them in the comments section below. Also guys, let me know what you think of this video. How was the quality of it? The audio, the video? I'm shooting it on the DJI Osmo Action, as I said, and I'm curious to know. This is actually being shot in 4K, but I will kind of down spec it to 1080p. But let me know guys, and please don't forget to subscribe and like and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. So guys, I will be back very soon with another video. I'm Dave with Seen Through a Lens, and thank you for watching.